Hey there, Leo, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your mid-month reading. This is going to be a mid-month for July 15th through the 31st. And we're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also, Leo, if this reading resonates and you want even more free readings, make sure to subscribe. Squish down. Make sure to subscribe to my email list. I send out free extended readings every Monday only to my email list subscribers. You cannot get these readings anywhere else. All right, Leo. Let's talk about it, shall we? Main energy for your reading is the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck, you get the King of Swords. You're really trying to be very logical and very practical about something here. I don't know if you're doing a good job of it, though, and I'll tell you why. The Hanged Man is the main energy for your reading, which is letting me know you're keeping yourself stuck with logic, which is letting me know that the universe is kind of asking you to guide yourself or move in a different direction. I just don't know if you're listening. Um, the person there's definitely another energy showing up here for you. I'm seeing Hermit. Obviously, they can be any sign. Take it as it resonates. But Hermit's the main one. In the recent past, you get the Three of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. You are not giving up hell or high water. You're not giving up on this idea of we can heal things, we can fix things, we can reconcile. I can be with you, you can be with me. Let's just work together. Let's get back together. Let's truly get to the root of this. Let's heal. Let's fix. Um, Here's the thing though. You're not giving up on wanting to heal and fix things, but you're also not really doing much about it. You're sitting there in your little cocoon holding back. So we'll clarify why this energy is showing up for you in the recent past. In the current situation, you get the Nine of Wands, King of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. You are the King of Wands to me. I do not assign gender to my cards. Um, you're very guarded. You're very, very guarded. There's an energy of you wanting to give and take with a person. So either you're texting, you're talking, but it's very, very guarded. You don't trust them at all. You're very kind of like standoffish, even. But there is another energy that you're interacting with here. In the near future, you get the Page of Cups, the Tower, and the Hermit. Your heart cracks open. You try to resist it. You really do. You try to, but you can't. Um, Sends you into like an introspective energy here, which I don't know why. It's almost like your heart's opening up. It should be a positive energy when in reality you're like, "Oh, I can't resist it anymore." And then you kind of just withdraw. Interesting. This isn't Leo, take it as it resonates, right? Like I'm saying you because this is your reading. This could be your person's energies towards you. You would know which direction they go. All right, let's take a look at the main energy, which is the Hanged Man. Hangman is clarified by the Three of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Judgment. You're stuck. You're stuck in a place of emotional pain. You're heartbroken, and you're really, really not having the best time. However, the reason you're stuck, Leo, is because you're internally conflicted with yourself. You haven't decided what to do here. Bottom of the deck, you get the Nine of Cups. You're trying to follow the direction of your emotional fulfillment, your emotional stability. What would really light you up inside from an emotional place? The problem is you don't know. You're showing me like I'm very conflicted and I'm torn between I want to do this, I want to do that, I should do this, I should do that. You haven't decided. And because you haven't decided, you're not moving in any specific direction. So you're just kind of like wallowing in this energy of pain and heartbreak. And again, not doing anything about moving out of it. And it's not that you don't want to move out of it, you just have to decide what you want to do to move out of it, Leo. Let's clarify the recent past. We'll start off with the Three of Cups. Yeah. Three of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, which you get on the same row in the near future, and the Knight of Wands. You want a reconciliation. That's what you're doing. That's the direction that you're moving in. That's really what you want to make happen here. And I feel like you're kind of moving in that direction in the recent past. And I say kind of because you're not going full throttle where you're like, I want a reconciliation. I'm going to do everything that I need to do to make it happen. Hell or high water, this is coming to fruition. You're kind of giving it like a little bit of energy. Maybe you're texting, maybe you're talking, maybe you're just like, hey, I'm really sorry. But you're not really putting all of that Leo energy into making this reconciliation happen. You're kind of like sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle your energy. You have more to give though. You have more to give. You have more energy to devote to this, but you're not in the recent past for some reason. Let's clarify the Four of Pentacles in the recent past. Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Swords. You're holding back your emotions. Remember how I said you're kind of just giving a little bit of feeling, a little bit of emotion, a little bit of flirtation? You have a lot more to give emotionally, energetically. You're not. And I'm like, Leo, why? You're like, because deep down, it doesn't make sense for me to do this. Why do I have to be the one to give all the energy? Why do I have to be the one to give all the emotion? Like, why do I have to be the one to like bring it, for lack of a better term? When it comes to this 10 of Pentacles, long-term connection, right? So it's you're showing me like it doesn't make sense for me. Um and it's like I've really gone deep. I've thought about this. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Like I'm giving what I think makes sense for me to give. Um I call bullshit on that, Leo. I really do. When you want something, there is nothing that can you are Leo. You are the lion, right? This to me feels a little bit like a cop out where it's like, well, I'm not giving a lot because you're kind of like trying to get the other person to give more. I don't know. I'm not fully buying this. But basically you're showing me like, oh, I'm holding back because it makes sense for me to hold back. Like it makes sense for me to not be the one to give so much emotionally, energetically, etc. At least in the recent past. Let's clarify the 4 of Swords in the recent past. Four of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Hermit, which you get again in the same row in the near future, and the Seven of Pentacles. You're thinking about this nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. I don't feel like you're actually talking or communicating to your person, especially with the Hermit, the High Priestess. This is like radio silence. This is all happening internally for you. But you're trying to evaluate and assess, like, what do I want to do here? What do I want to have happen? What direction do I want to move in? And you're not just kind of sitting there thinking about it, maybe once a day. This lives in your head rent free all day, all night, every day. You're thinking, 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 thinking. What do I want? What do I do? How do I do? Da, 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 right? I do also see you withdrawing a little bit. It's so like mentally draining for you to think about this all the time that again, you're kind of like going inward. You're withdrawing a little bit to just kind of like conserve energy and really figure out like what do I want to do here. Let's take a look at the current situation. I want to see the 9 of ooh, okay. I want to see in the universe. Wow. Wow, Leo. 9 of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Magician. Listen, fight it all you want, resist it all you want. I can see how much this stresses you out. You love this person and you know they love you too. The love goes both ways. You're showing me the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is not just I love you, I don't know how you feel. It's I love you and somehow even though we're maybe not talking or whatever, I know you love me just as much. You also love this connection. You still feel like you're in a connection and you're showing me that's what I want more than anything, right? I want this love. I want this relationship. I want this connection. And it stresses you out that you even want it. You're showing me like it causes me literal anxiety that I still even have this desire. And I'm trying to fight it off and I'm trying to resist it. Resist it all you want, right? Your higher self wants what it wants. I can see what you're manifesting here. You're trying to fight it off though. It's I can see that as well. Let's take a look at the King of Wands in the current situation. This is you. King of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Wands, the Justice, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, bottom of the deck, you get the Sun, which is you. There's communication happening here. There's communication, and it's through this communication where both you and your person are coming together to try to balance the energies out. You really want to restore divine balance here. You want to fix everything. You want to balance everything out and level everything out. There is also this energy, though, of you being kind of emotionally disconnected. And so the communication although the underlying energy is beautiful and the desire to fix things is there, it's cold, it's detached, it's not super vulnerable. And that could be you or your person or the both of you. So there's a little bit of ego involved here where it's like, I'm not going to show how much I care. I'm not going to pretend that I care when you do. The underlying energy is nice. There's just, a little bit of distance, a little bit of coldness, a little bit of like, oh, I'm aloof and unbothered. And I'll be honest, I feel like it's coming from you, Leo. Let's take a look at the Six of Pentacles in the current situation. Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there is this exchange of energy. So you and your person in the current situation, you get back to talking, texting, interacting, because it's kind of like a ping pong. I text, you text. I give, you give, right? You're still single though. You're still on your own. And you're very, very guarded when it comes to this person. I don't know what happened between the two of you, but you're literally showing me I'm taking things slow, I'm moving very slowly, and I don't trust this person farther than I can throw them. And again, it's not even that they like cheated or maybe they did or did something, but like the your guard is not down. You're very, very guarded. Even though you're interacting with them and talking to them, you're still kind of like, look, all options are still on the table. I don't know like if what I'm seeing is what I'm getting or if there's like an ulterior motive here. Let's take a look at the near future. I want to see the Page of Cups. And of course, if this resonates, please give this video a thumbs up. Drop a heart emoji in the comments. It really helps me out. Page of Cups in the near future is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. You're trying to hold back. Remember, you showed us the Four of Pentacles here. You're trying to hold back. It doesn't make sense to you to open up and give all your feelings and give all your emotions, right? But the more you try to resist it, the more you try to fight it, the more difficult it becomes and the more overwhelming it becomes. It's literally like trying to hold back a tornado. You can't do it, right? It's kind of like, okay, tornado is like a bad idea, but or a bad metaphor. Imagine you have water in your hands, right? And you squish your hands together and you have like the water here, you have to work really, really hard to make sure that no water slips through like your fingers or whatever. And for a little bit, you can do it, but then it just becomes too much. Your muscle gets tired, you start cramping up. And so that's basically what you're doing. You're trying to still hold back here emotionally, keep that door closed, not let your feelings get the better of you. But it's becoming harder and harder to resist the feelings because once you and this person get back into like interacting with each other, it's like an avalanche. Like you can't really fight it anymore. Let's take a look at the Tower in the near future. And of course, you guys, if these readings resonate and you want to say thank you, donation link is below. Your girl is addicted to coffee. Any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Tower is clarified by the Two of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Tower again. You're waiting. Like, you're trying to resist it, you're trying to prolong this, you're trying to not let yourself feel things, you're trying to keep the emotions at bay. The more you try to fight it, Leo, the more bummed out you become because you're trying to resist a beautiful emotion, a beautiful feeling. This is love. You want the love. You're just scared of the love. You don't trust this person, right? And so you're like, I don't want to have all my feelings come back and for this, like, me to get into this emotional place and then I get screwed again or then I get hurt again and then it all comes crumbling down. But I will say this, it's becoming harder and harder and harder to keep resisting these feelings, resisting these emotions in the near future. It's not as easy as it was in the recent past. Let's take a look at the Hermit in the near future. Hermit is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the King of Wands. Deep down, Leo, deep down, and you may not admit this to yourself or admit this to the other person, although I feel like you're admitting this to yourself. You literally want to just snap your fingers and move past this ending, move past this separation between you and this person. You just want to snap your fingers and for everything to be good again. That's what you want deep, deep down. But again, you're Leo and you have an ego and you keep up appearances and you're never going to let the other person know exactly where you stand. And so you're putting on a very brave and strong front of like, I don't care. I'm good with you. I'm good without you. I'm fine. I'm unbothered. I can see what you want deep down. It seems like you're moving in that direction. But in the near future, you are having a little bit of difficulty trying to fight these emotions, resist them, not give into them. But it kind of seems futile, if I'm being honest. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind for this reading, Leo. From the universe, you get the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Cups. Beautiful, positive energy is coming your way. The slate is going to get wiped clean, and the Wheel of Fortune is literally bringing in positive energy, a shift from difficult energies to positive energies. And what it's bringing with it is a lot of emotional fulfillment and a lot of emotional stability. Leo, this seems like an awesome reading. Stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting your feelings is all I can say. Just stop. You're just making things harder for yourself. But that is what I have for you, Leo. I hope this reading helped. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you here on the next one. And